So many amazing people in this room. I look around and I'm just so impressed. It's like a sea of humanity, so much creativity, so many actors, so many familiar faces that I've seen. You don't know how much you guys have touched me, athletes. As a kid growing up, it was band and chorus and drama. That kindled my inner flame. That sparked my imagination. Not just hip hop, but elementary school, going to band class, playing the trombone, playing the cello. That was an amazing, amazing thing. That kindled that flame and that sparked my imagination. And it's moments like this that turn that spark into a roaring flame. Because this is truly, truly important to me. Jamie, thank you for what you're doing in the community. I get it, I respect it, I support it, and I endorse it.
We need to remember why moving mountains is so important. Yo, my ear is on the street. I need y'all to say it with me. Jaheim Hunter is a 5-year-old boy in the streets of Bronx that was shot in his head, holding his father's hand on the way home, minding his business. There are 2 lives at stake right now. That young man, that 5-year-old boy, Jaheim Hunter, and the young man who shot him. There's 2 lives at risk right now. We lost 2. We need to give our children an alternative to these streets. I'm done crying, I'm done complaining. It's all about moving mountains. It's about opening up our hearts, our wallets, our homes, our time. It don't take much.
Young people are 60% of our present, but 100% of our future. And all they need is someone to stir the curiosity in them and understand what we're up against today, because we live in a world that is inundated with information, a superabundance of information, but the shortest attention span in history. So the only way we're going to capture their minds is to get them curious.
This is my favorite part of the evening. You see, the young actors we work with can be doing anything. They can get caught up like so many of the teens we see on the news today, but they choose to show up every week at Moving Mountains and work. It's not easy, it's real, it's reading, it's breaking down characters, it's breaking down scripts, it's learning cinematography, dance, vocal exercises, all while maintaining the grades in school. And you know, really brief, I was also one of these children. I was a part of Tomorrow's Future Theater Company, but before that, I was connected to the block. And what do I mean by the block? For those that don't understand, I wasn't selling drugs, but that preoccupied most of my time. Until a friend of mine whispered in my ear and said, I'm going to a theater company. And I said, yeah. He said, you wanna come? I said, sure. And because of that, I avoided the pit trap because I had a place to be, and it was important to me. So right now, I want to invite to the stage Maru McKenzie. Please come up.
Moving Mountains, it was great. I learned how to work with a mountain of people. They're amazing artists. I also learned how to be better in my acting and my talent. I also just the whole concept of Moving Mountains, we're all together as a family. And I just want to say, no kid in Brooklyn or California or Detroit or Chicago wants to be a statistic. And no kid wants to be at risk. Thank you for supporting Moving Mountains, and thank you for giving me your time.
My school is very, very large. I mean, at one point, there were 6,800 students enrolled in one building. Then it was closed down because, you know, of all the problems going on in the school. Riots, stabbings. A student was even shot and killed. They closed it down and opened it back up into 5 separate schools. I attend one of those 5 separate schools, but there's still an atmosphere of confusion and violence. In the 5 schools, if 2 of the schools have an altercation, everybody's involved. If the gangs go to war, everyone's in trouble.
Don't be afraid to encourage and support that creative fire in your kids. It can only lead to good. It helps in every aspect of their lives, as Moving Mountains is proving. And it doesn't matter if they end up having a profession in the arts, or if they become an accountant or a plumber or a police officer, politician. A love for the arts opens your mind and your heart, and we need more of that.
Moving mountains in the community, saving our kids. There's some real teaching going on here, and it's the real deal. Now look, this is all I've ever done in my entire life, work with young people. I know when it's real and when it's phony. What's happening at Moving Mountains is real.